Hello, everybody. This is Lavender Beauty. We're playing the Big Brother simulator, and I've got it all set up. I've got all the characters with the pictures, their profiles, and relationships with one another. Noodle. All right. The house guests enter the backyard to see 16 popsicles hanging down. They must hang on one. If they fall, they are eliminated. The last house guest remaining will become the head of household. Noodle wins head of household. Cool. Proceed to nomination ceremony. Noodle begins the nomination ceremony. Rainbow Dash is safe. Russell is safe. Princess Celestia is safe. Twilight Sparkle is safe. Applejack is safe. Fluttershy is safe. Princess Celestia is safe. Princess Luna is safe. I'm sorry. 2D is safe. Apple Bloom is safe. Spike is safe. Pinkie Pie is safe. Murdoch is safe. Sweetie Belle is safe. Noodle nominated Scootaloo and Rarity. All right. Uh-oh. Proceed to the MVP vote. Okay. Before proceeding, select who you want to be the first MVP. Let's do Twilight. I should have done decide randomly. Twilight Sparkle wins MVP. She nominates 2D. Noodle is HOH, and Scootaloo, Rarity, and 2D as nominees will compete. Pinkie Pie and Spike are all selected to compete. The house guests enter the backyard to see a huge pit of blueberry muffin batter. They must run into the batter and pop blueberries to find letters. They will then bring the letters to their individual stations to spell a word. The house guest that spells the longest word before time is up will win the golden power veto. Noodle wins power veto. Proceed to the veto ceremony. Scootaloo, Rarity, and 2D state why they should be safe. Noodle uses the power veto on 2D. Twilight Sparkle as MVP names Murdoch as the replacement. Final nominees are Scootaloo, Rarity, and Murdoch. Proceed to the eviction voting. Scootaloo, Rarity, and Murdoch face eviction. Sweetie Belle votes to evict Murdoch. Applejack votes to evict Murdoch. I think we know who's going. Spike votes to evict Murdoch. Princess Celestia votes to evict Murdoch. Apple Bloom votes to evict Murdoch. Russell votes to evict Rarity. Twilight Sparkle votes to evict Murdoch. Princess Luna votes to evict Murdoch. Pinkie Pie votes to evict Murdoch. 2D votes to evict Murdoch. Rainbow Dash votes to evict Murdoch. And Fluttershy votes to evict Murdoch. Scootaloo, Rarity, and Murdoch face eviction. Murdoch is evicted by a vote of 100 to 1 to 0. Wow, wow, wow. Hey. Go away. I'm streaming. I am streaming. Okay. Week number 2. Murdoch's been evicted, even though it doesn't really show it because, like, I couldn't find a picture of him blacked out, you know. All right, proceed to the HOH competition. The house guests enter the backyard to see a 4th of July barbecue setup. They are each pairing up and must work together to transport barbecue sauce from one end to another to fill up their jug and claim a ping pong ball. The first pair to retrieve their ball must decide which one of them will become the new head of household. Princess Celestia wins HOH. nomination ceremony. Scootaloo is safe. Princess Luna is safe. Pinkie Pie is safe. Noodle is safe. Fluttershy is safe. Fluttershy is safe. Twilight Sparkle is safe. Sweetie Belle is safe. Spike is safe. Rarity is safe. Rainbow Dash is safe. Applejack is safe. Apple Bloom is safe. Uh-oh. Princess Celestia nominates 2D and Russell. I'm going to decide randomly. Applejack wins MVP. She nominates Noodle. Oh, the gorillas are all not safe. Proceed to veto selection. Princess Celestia as HOH and 2D, Russell, and Noodle are all, as nominees will compete. Twilight Sparkle and Apple Bloom are all selected to compete. House guests enter the backyard to see 6 empty baby mobiles on one end and a pair of stuffed animals on the other. They must fill their mobile with the correct size animals to make it perfectly balanced. The first house guest to do so will win the Golden Power Veto. Noodle wins Power Veto. Proceed to veto ceremony. 2D, Russell, and Noodle state why they should be saved. Noodle uses the Power Veto. Applejack is MVP, named Sweetie Belle as the replacement. Final nominees are 2D, Russell, and Sweetie Belle. 2D, Russell, and Sweetie Belle face eviction. Apple Bloom votes to evict Russell. Spike votes to evict Russell. Fluttershy votes to evict 2D. Rarity votes to evict 2D. Applejack votes to evict 2D. Rainbow Dash votes to evict Russell. Princess Luna votes to evict 2D. Scootaloo votes to evict 2D. Noodle votes to evict Russell. Oh boy! She's evicting her brother. Pinkie Pie votes to evict 2D, and Twilight Sparkle votes to evict 2D. I think 2D's going home. 2D, Russell, and Sweetie Belle face eviction. 2D is evicted by a vote of 7 to 4 to 0. All right. 2D and Murdoch are gone now. The house guests each stand in their individual booths with a large machine known as the Big Brother Express nearby. Each round, Julie Chen will ask a question based on the deliveries made by this machine last night. Wrong answer results in elimination. The last house guest remaining will become the new head of household. Rarity wins HOH. Rarity begins the nomination ceremony. Pinkie Pie is safe. Spike is safe. Apple Bloom is safe. Twilight Sparkle is safe. Fluttershy is safe. Rainbow Dash is safe. Scootaloo is safe. Applejack is safe. Princess Luna is safe. Princess Celestia is safe. Sweetie Belle is safe. Rarity nominates Noodle and Russell. Before proceeding, select who you want to be the third MVP. Decide randomly. Apple Bloom wins MVP. She nominates Pinkie Pie. Spike and Princess Luna are all selected to compete. Russell, the house guests privately enter the backyard. That wall is another wall with various works. They must look at recreate the gallery on a separate wall. The house guests to do so with the fastest time will win the Golden Power Veto. Russell wins Power Veto. Noodle, Russell, and Pinkie Pie state why they should be safe. Russell uses the on himself. Rarity as HOH names Spike as a replacement. Oh no! Oh dear goodness. Finally, these are Noodle, Spike, and Pinkie Pie. All right. Noodle, Spike, and Pinkie Pie face eviction. Twilight Sparkle votes to evict Pinkie Pie. Applejack votes to evict Spike. Apple Bloom votes to evict Pinkie Pie. Fluttershy votes to evict Spike. Sweetie Belle votes to evict Pinkie Pie. Princess Luna votes to evict Pinkie Pie. Rainbow Dash votes to evict Spike. Russell votes to evict Spike. I don't know what these guys did to face eviction or to have all these votes. Princess Celestia votes to evict Pinkie Pie. Scootaloo votes to evict Spike. Noodle, Spike, and Pinkie Pie face eviction. The vote is a 5-5-0 tie. Rarity evicts Spike. No, the heartbreak. The big heartbreak for that. The ship has sunk. Wow, wow. Okay, proceed to week 4. So 2D, Murdoch, and Spike are all gone. The house guests each stand in their individual booths in the royally decorated backyard. Each round, Julie Chen will ask a question based on the royal titles given to various house guests by America. A wrong answer results in elimination. The last house guest remaining will become the new head of household. Noodle wins head of household. Noodle begins the nomination ceremony. Twilight Sparkle is safe. Princess Luna is safe. Princess Celestia is safe. Russell is safe. Apple Bloom is safe. Applejack is safe. Pinkie Pie is safe. Fluttershy is safe. Rainbow Dash is safe. Sweetie Belle is safe. Noodle nominates Rarity and Scootaloo. Before proceeding, select your top 3 nomination choices. For MVP vote, okay. Dash, Twily, and Pinkie. Or decide randomly. I'll do that. America nominated Russell because he's all American. Noodles, HOH, and Rarity, Scootaloo, and Russell are as nominees will compete. Princess Luna and Applejack are all selected to compete. House guests walk outside to see an enormous pit of mud behind wooded benches. The house guests will have 8 minutes to go under the bench and dig through the mud to find a ballot. They will bring this to their stations and reveal the amounts of votes it's worth. They must then decide to keep or discard it. They can only keep 4 that they think are valuable. The house guest with the most votes will win the golden power veto. Princess Luna wins the power veto. Rarity, Scootaloo, and Russell state why they should be saved. Princess Luna uses the power veto on Scootaloo. Noodle as HOH names Fluttershy as the replacement. Final nominees are Rarity, Fluttershy, and Russell. Alright, these 3 face eviction. Apple Bloom votes to evict Russell. Twilight Sparkle votes to evict Russell. Rainbow Dash votes to evict Russell. Sweetie Belle evicts Russell. Princess Luna votes Russell. AJ votes Russell. Pinkie votes Russell. Celestia votes Russell. And Scootaloo votes Russell. So Russ is going home. Russell is evicted by a vote of 9-0. Okay. So we've got 1 gorilla left. See, 2 competition. House guests walk into the casino-themed backyard where they stand in front of a large roulette wheel. One at a time, the house guests will roll a ball into the wheel where it will land in a number slot. The house guest whose ball lands in the highest number slot will become the new head of household. Princess Luna wins HOH. Princess Luna begins the nomination ceremony. Rarity is safe. Scoots is safe. Dash is safe. Sweetie is safe. AJ is safe. Celestia is safe. Fluttershy is safe. Apple Bloom is safe. And Twilight is safe. Princess Luna nominates Noodle and Pinkie. Decide randomly. America nominates Sweetie Belle. Princess Luna's HOH and Noodle, Pinkie Pie, and Sweetie Belle's nominees will compete. Fluttershy and Applejack are all selected to compete. House guests walk into the backyard where they see a time machine. They will enter this time machine to be brought to the prehistoric time where they must be the first house guest to complete the first ever power veto out of stone puzzle pieces. The first house guest to do so will win the golden power veto. Princess Luna wins the power veto. All right. Noodle, Pinkie Pie, and Sweetie Belle state why they should be saved. Princess Luna uses the power veto on Sweetie Belle. America's MPV names Princess Celestia as the replacement. Final nominees are Noodle, Pinkie, and Celestia. Uh-oh, I think Noodle's going home now. Nudes, Pinks, and Celestia faced eviction. Noodle, 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 Noodle. Yeah, no more gorillas. Nudes is going home. So no more gorillas. House guests stand for a long time rotating log addition. The first three house guests will fall can open a box. Princess Celestia wins HOH. All right, his nomination ceremony. Luna safe, Fluttershy safe, Bloom is safe, Sweetie safe, Verity safe, Scootaloo safe, Applejack safe, and Twilight safe. Princess Celestia nominates Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash. All right, let me do this. Let me do this time. Twilight, Verity, and Luna submit. Erica nominates Twilight. Princess Celestia's HOH and Pinkie Pie, Rainbow Dash's Twilight as nominees will compete. Birdie and Apple Bloom are all selected to compete. Frog darts. House guests enter the backyard to see a large lily pad-filled pond. Each round, the house guest will toss a frog onto one of the numbered lily pads, hoping to get a high number. The house guest with the lowest number each round is eliminated and can claim one of the 6 prizes. Any house guest eliminated after a prize is claimed can keep their new prize or steal someone else's. House guest that holds the golden power veto at the end wins it. Celestia wins the cone of shame. Rainbow Dash wins 50 Shades of Oranges. Pinkie Pie wins the clownitard. Apple Bloom wins a Bahamas vacation. Birdie wins $5,000. Twilight Sparkle wins the power veto. Pinkie Pie, RD, and Twilight state why they should be saved. Twilight uses the power veto on herself. As America's MPV names Rarity's the replacement. Final nominees are Pinkie, Dash, and Rarity. All right. Apple Bloom votes Pinkie. Luna votes Pinkie. Sweetie votes Pinkie. Fluttershy votes Rarity. AJ votes Pinkie. Scootaloo votes Rarity. Twilight votes Rarity. Pinkie Pie is evicted by a vote of 4-3-0. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. House guests each stand with their individual booths. Each round, Julie Chen will read a statement regarding a number. They must decide whether the actual number is more or less. An incorrect answer results in elimination. Last house guest remaining will become the new HOH. Rarity wins HOH. Rarity nominates Scootaloo and Princess Celestia. Rarity is HOH, and Scootaloo and Princess Celestia's nominees will compete. Applejack, Rainbow Dash, and Sweetie Belle are all selected to compete. House guests each stand in front of their individual workbenches, which have 6 holes in it. They will run to the other side to search their toolboxes for the 6 correct nails they need to complete their puzzle on the workbench. First house guest to correctly place the nails in their holes will win the golden power veto. Princess Celestia wins power veto. Scootaloo and Princess Celestia state why they should be saved. Celestia uses the power veto on herself. Rarity names Apple Bloom as the replacement. Final nominees are Scootaloo and Apple Bloom. Scootaloo and Apple Bloom face eviction. Sweetie votes Scoots. Twilight votes Scoots. Celestia votes Apple Bloom. Fluttershy votes Scoots. AJ votes Scoots. Rainbow votes Apple Bloom. And Celestia votes Apple Bloom. Scootaloo is evicted by a vote of 4-3. House guests enter the backyard to see two long bananas leading to a hole on top of ice cream. They'll be randomly paired up in a tournament bracket and will face off to see who can roll a cherry down their banana and into the hole first. If they lose a face-off, they are eliminated. The last house guest remaining will become the new HOH. Princess Luna wins HOH. Princess Luna begins the nomination ceremony. Apple Bloom safe. Rainbow Dash is safe. Rarity is safe. Twilight Sparkle is safe. Princess Celestia is safe. And Sweetie Belle is safe. Princess Luna nominates Fluttershy and Applejack. Luna as HOH and Fluttershy and Applejack as nominees will compete. Dash, Twilight, and Celestia are all selected to compete. House guests enter the backyard to see 3 different movie sets. Each round they must estimate how much of a certain item there is in the backyard. Then they can choose to either stay or fold, which could either result in them being eliminated, earning a point, or simply moving on to the next round. The house guest that earns 3 points or the last house guest remaining will win the golden power veto. Princess Luna wins power veto. Fluttershy and Applejack state why they should be saved. Princess Celestia does not use the power veto. Final nominees are Fluttershy and Applejack. Fluttershy and Applejack face eviction. Rarity votes to evict Fluttershy. Princess Celestia votes to evict Applejack. Sweetie Belle votes to evict Applejack. Twilight Sparkle votes to evict Fluttershy. Rainbow Dash evicts Fluttershy. And Apple Bloom votes Fluttershy. Fluttershy and Applejack face eviction. Fluttershy is evicted by a vote of 4-2. Okay. House guests enter the Broadway-themed backyard to see 2 podiums. Each round, 2 house guests will face off and will hear a song about one of the past competitions will be played. First house guest to correctly buzz in with the correct competition type will move on. It must choose the next 2 to face off, while the other house guest is eliminated. Last house guest remaining becomes the new head of household. Celestia wins HOH. Princess Celestia begins the nomination ceremony. Rarity is safe. Luna is safe. AJ is safe. Twilight safe. Apple Bloom is safe. Princess Celestia nominates Rainbow Dash and Sweetie Belle. And Rainbow Dash and Sweetie as nominees will compete. Luna, Twilight Sparkle, and Applejack are all selected to compete. House guests walk out to find a large, blubbering beaver at the top of the hill. They will climb up to sit in front of him, listen to his love poem, and run into the muddy field to find the love letter for the person his poem was about. The last house guest to return each round is eliminated. The last house guest remaining will win the golden power veto. Sweetie Belle wins power veto. Rainbow Dash and Sweetie Belle state why they should be saved. Sweetie uses power veto on herself. Princess Celestia names Apple Bloom as the replacement. Final nominees are Rainbow Dash and Apple Bloom. Alright, Rarity votes to evict Apple Bloom. AJ votes Dash. Luna votes Dash. Twilight votes Apple Bloom. Sweetie votes Dash. Rainbow Dash is evicted by a vote of 3-2. House guests and 4 jurors each stand on a moving platform as baseballs are thrown at them. They must catch them and place them in their tubes. If they fall, they are eliminated. The first juror to catch 10 balls, or the last one standing, rejoins the game. The first house guest to catch 10 balls, or the last one standing, will become the new head of household. If a juror is the first to catch 10 balls or outlast everyone, they will become the new head of household. Pinky, Scootaloo, Fluttershy, and Rainbow Dash, the 4 jurors, complete to return. Pinky returns, and Applejack wins head of household. Applejack begins the nomination ceremony. Pinky is safe. Celestia is safe. Rarity is safe. Apple Bloom is safe, and Luna is safe. Applejack nominates to Sweetie Belle and Twilight. Applejack as HOH and Sweetie Belle and Twilight as nominees will compete. Celestia, Rarity, and Pinky are all selected to compete. After being zinged by the Zingbot, the house guests enter the backyard for baby Zingbot's first birthday. They must roll their Zingnatorium back and forth on a ramp. The first house guest to roll it 250 times will win the Golden Power Veto. Pinkie Pie wins POV. Sweetie Belle and Twilight Sparkle, the state why they should be saved. Pinkie Pie uses Power Veto on Twilight. Applejack names Princess Luna as the replacement. Final nominees are Sweetie Belle and Luna. Princess Celestia votes to evict Sweetie Belle. Rarity votes to evict Luna. Twilight Sparkle votes to evict Sweetie. Pinky votes Luna. Apple Bloom votes Luna. Princess Luna is evicted by a vote of 3-2. House guests enter the Easter-themed backyard. With their feet tied together, they must maneuver an Easter egg through chicken wires to get it out. They must then hop it over to the other side and place it down. The first house guest to collect 12 eggs will become the new head of household. In addition, the house guests who have collected the least amount of eggs at the end wears a chicken suit for part of the week. Rarity and Twilight have to wear chicken suits, and Celestia wins HOH. Celestia begins nomination ceremony. Twilight safe, Rarity safe, Apple Bloom safe, and Applejack is safe. Celestia nominates Sweetie Belle and Pinky. Celestia as HOH and Sweetie and Pinky as nominees will compete. Twilight, Applejack, and Rarity are all selected to compete. House guests wearing tutus enter the backyard to see a bowling ring decorated with various ballerinas on the walls. 2 house guests will face off at a time. They will face their bowling lane and must knock down 4 pins. However, these pins are blocked by a wall that will only go down for 15 seconds every time they spin 15 times. First house guests knock down their pins in advance, leaving another pair to face off. Last house guest remaining will win the Golden Power Veto. Celestia wins POV. Sweetie Belle and Pinkie Pie state why they should be saved. Celestia uses Power Veto on Pinky. Princess Celestia names Apple Bloom as the replacement. Final nominees are Sweetie Belle and Apple Bloom. Twilight votes to evict Sweetie. Pinkie Pie votes to evict Apple Bloom. Rarity votes to evict Apple Bloom. And Applejack votes to evict Sweetie. Alright. Sweetie Belle and Apple Bloom face eviction. The vote is a 2-2 tie. Princess Celestia evicts Sweetie Belle. House guests enter the backyard to see 5 doghouses. They must crawl under their doghouses and into their dog pens, where they will dig for a bone that they must bring back to the other side. First house guests to go to find 2 bones and retrieve their key will become the new head of household. Applejack wins HOH. Applejack nominates Princess Celestia and Twilight Sparkle. Looks like the Alicorns will be leaving. AJ is HOH, and Princess Celestia and Twilight Sparkle are nominated to compete. Applejack, Pinkie Pie, and Rarity will play since everyone is eligible. House guests each stand in front of their individual racetracks. They must maneuver a wooden car through the maze to get out the other end. First house guest to do so will win the golden power veto. Applejack wins power. Apple Bloom wins power veto. Sorry. Princess Celestia and Twilight Sparkle state why they should be saved. Apple Bloom uses power veto on Twilight. Applejack names Pinkie Pie as the replacement. Final nominees are Celestia and Pinkie Pie. All right, Rarity votes to evict Celestia. Twilight votes to evict Pinkie, and Apple Bloom votes to evict Pinkie. Princess Celestia and Pinkie Pie face eviction. Pinkie Pie is evicted by a vote of 2-1. Okay. House guests enter the video game themed backyard and each stand in their individual colored booths. Each round, a pixelated image of a past competition will appear on a large screen. As it becomes clear, the house guest will have to complete a block puzzle. The house guest that has won their competition. The last house guest to complete it will be eliminated. The last house guest remaining will become the new head of household. Twilight wins HOH. Twilight Sparkle begins nomination ceremony. Celestia is safe and Rarity is safe. Twilight Sparkle nominates Apple Bloom and Applejack. Twilight Sparkle as HOH and Apple Bloom and Applejack as nominees will compete. Princess Celestia and Rarity will play since everyone is eligible. The house guests enter the backyard to see a mini city model. They will each be attached to a harness and must fly to one side of their lane to complete a puzzle. Every 20 seconds, they must press a button to reset their time, otherwise their pieces fall. Oh, I remember that one. That happens, they have 10 seconds to press it or they are permanently eliminated. The first house guest to complete the puzzle and press their button will win the golden power veto. Celestia wins power veto. Apple Bloom and Applejack state why they should be saved. Princess Celestia does not use power veto. Final nominees are Apple Bloom and Applejack. Ah, shoot, I accidentally pressed the button, but Apple Bloom is evicted by a vote of 2-0. The three competing house guests stand in between two colored areas, each labeled with the word before and after. Each round, the house guests must decide if one event read by Julie Chen happened before or after a second event. If they are correct, they earn a point. The house guest with the most points at the end becomes the new HOH. Princess Celestia wins HOH. Princess Celestia begins the nomination ceremony. Twilight Sparkle is safe. Princess Celestia nominates Applejack and Rarity. Princess Celestia is HOH, and Applejack and Rarity's nominees will compete. Twilight Sparkle will play since everyone is eligible. The house guests enter the backyard and stand for their individual section. In their individual section, various clues connected by white lines resembling a spider's web on the wall. House guests must read the clues and connect each house guest's faces on the body of a fly to the clue that refers to them. The first house guest to correctly place their faces will win the final golden power veto. Princess Celestia wins. Applejack and Rarity state why they should be saved. Princess Celestia does not use power veto. Final nominees are Applejack and Rarity. Twilight Sparkle votes to evict Applejack. Applejack is evicted by a vote of 1-0. Okay. The final three house guests must hang on a rope that will drag them across a skating rink. If they slip on the course, they are eliminated. Last house guest standing wins part of the final HOH competition, advances to part 3. Rarity wins the final part of the first part of the final HOH competition. The losers of part 1 must search through scattered crabs for those with evicted house guest names on them. They must find all 13 and put them in the correct order by climbing a wall, then attaching them to a large ship. The house guest with the faster time wins part 2 at the final HOH competition, advances to part 3. Twilight Sparkle wins second part of final HOH competition. The final house guests stand on their individual platforms and attached to a large scale. Each round, Julie Chen will read the beginning of a statement. The house guests must decide how a certain juror completed each statement. If they are correct, they will earn a point and their scale moves up. The house guest with the most points at the end becomes the final and most important head of household. Rarity and Twilight Sparkle compete for final HOH. Rarity wins final HOH competition. Princess Celestia and Twilight Sparkle face eviction. Rarity votes to evict Princess Celestia. Princess Celestia is evicted by a vote of 1-0. All right, time for the finale, guys. Proceed to the jury voting. Rarity and Twilight Sparkle. The jury asks the finalists questions before they vote for the winner. Applejack votes for Rarity to win. AB votes Rarity. Sweetie votes Rarity. Luna votes Twilight. Skiloo votes Rarity. Pinkie votes Rarity. Celestia votes Twilight. Rainbow votes Twilight. And Fluttershy votes Twilight. Rarity and Twilight Sparkle are waiting for the winner's reveal. Rarity wins by a vote of 5-4. Proceed to America's favorite. Princess Celestia is voted by America as their favorite player. Now let's see the statistics. Proceed to the placements. Rarity is the winner. Twilight Sparkle's runner-up. Celestia third place. Applejack fourth. Apple Bloom fifth. Oh yeah, Celestia was America's favorite too. Pinkie Pie sixth. Sweetie Belle seventh. Luna eighth. Rainbow Dash ninth. Fluttershy 10th. Skittle 11th. Noodle 12th. Russell 13th. Spike 14th. 2D 15th. And Murdoch 16th. Yep. There's all that. Wow. Princess Celestia has the most wins. HOH wins and POV wins. Sweetie Belle's been nominated the most times. Sweetie Belle's been saved the most with veto. And Russell had the most people voted against him. So, that was Big Brother Simulator, and thanks for watching. We're out.